Hey, so I'd say I've had a bit of a miserable week, to be honest, trying to optimize CueCam's launch times, which has felt a bit of a side quest. Um, so I was on the plane with my laptop. I thought, hey, I've got a little bit of time. Harvey's asleep. He's got his own seat now. Let me see if I can just make it start up a bit quicker. And I know some people have been having crashes on startup. I thought I'm just going to see if I can make it launch more gracefully. And it's just been a living hell all week because I started and then it was just like, I need to figure this out. And I was like, I'm going to show you. Like, I've been just so confused. I've been staring at these instruments traces. And this is what it looked like when I started. And then, like, to be honest, like, it doesn't look that much better now that it's finished. Um, and part of that is just, it's actually better than you might think because before we had hangs before anything was interactive, and now the hangs are after you can like see something and there's spinners and things. So it's not as bad as it looks, but this is how it starts up now. So that's all right, isn't it? I'll just show you that again. So you launch it, it goes, uh, sort of gives you a bit of feedback as it's launching. And now it sort of doesn't try to do everything at once either. So actually, like, it even looks better than this already. Like the latest version, in fact, the one I'm using right now actually even looks a bit better than that because I make the cards come in. But yeah, this is what I've been looking at. So each thing on the left there is a different like, so you have to sort of like run the app and then track what it's doing, which is what all the charts are. And then you sort of like look into, I know all of the stuff that was going on was inside SwiftUI. So inside Apple's frameworks, like there's no code I can touch. So I've just got to like reverse engineer what's going on and which thing is causing problems. And I'm looking at things like this. This is like the graph of cause and effect. It sort of takes you from what happened to cause this entire view hierarchy to update. All the blue bits are in my code. The grey bits are from outside my code. And I don't know what any of this stuff means. It's not documented. There's like 2 videos about it. Sorry if I'm a bit loud. It keeps telling me I'm a bit loud. So I've just been staring at this stuff, and it's like dozens and dozens of iterations trying to like figure out what's going on. Like, so here's me. One thing I did look at was one thing I did eventually realize was that the way I've been doing undo. So I have to manage undo in order for when you edit a card for it to know that the documents needs to be saved, right? That was a thing that kept happening early on. People would change something, quit, come back, it hadn't saved into the document. So I've got this undo thing, but it turns out that having it in the environment, which I thought would just be a normal thing to do, is actually like causing everything to constantly get updated. Like for random reasons, because it's kind of to do with what's been clicked on and where the window is, and loads of like Apple Mac, like Mac OS kind of internals that kind of like keep touching that undo manager, and then it just means, and then I've got the way I was using it, it just SwiftUI didn't know if it needed to be updated, so it just assumed the worst and updated it, and so it's just like updating every single time the wind, like just every time the CPU clicked through. So that was a huge thing. And I thought when I found that, you see, this is an example of like all the blue bits are me, and the rest is just Apple stuff. And me, like, I don't know what to do. The blue bits are me, and the rest of it's just like, oh, what have I done wrong? That means that Apple stuff is just firing over and over again. All these like red bars and things. So one thing I did do, you see here, it says pressed boot. One thing I did do was because there's been some launch crashes. So one thing I did do was take the camera startup sequence out of the like first launch thing and like delayed it a little bit, and sort of made it much more in a sequence rather than everything tries to kind of access everything at once. So then I sort of put a button into the window so I could make sure nothing had started up, and then I press the button, and then so that's what I'm looking at here. So I thought, and then, I thought I'd found a magic bullet at this point, but it just turned out that the instruments, that this tool here for tracking performance had just stopped working and I needed to reboot. So you see I'm already up to like build 20. Each one of these takes like a minute and a half to like analyze as well. So like I'm building again, I'm waiting. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get a backup to complete, which I think was slowing everything down as well. So just going really slowly. And then like another issue that I've always had with the macOS stuff and Swift UI is the toolbars. And because I've got all that stuff in the toolbar in CueCam in the documents, some of that stuff was just like getting rebuilt over and over again. And it used to just crash the app randomly. And I sort of figured out, okay, let's just, if I put things inside the toolbar things and let the toolbars be stable, that made it a lot better. But like I was doing a lot of stuff here with like progressively revealing the toolbar items, and that seemed to actually like get rid of all these hangs. But then it would like crash for other reasons. Like it would just crash when you opened a document. It's like, oh my God, I can't really touch the toolbar stuff. And it's like, there's other ways to create toolbars, but it's so like, the old like app kit stuff. I could just do it that way, but it's so heavy and awkward and annoying. Kind of like I've got an NS menu item this, add to NS menu item group, register this, blah, blah, blah. It's really messy and I hate it. You see it, look, there's a startup hang, there's another hang. But so you see all this, I'm like trying to, I've got like the main camera window, which I finally got a little transition in. But then like as soon as a document's being reopened, it was just like tanking everything. So I just start looking at what can I do with, can I add some progress views in? Can I just add some placeholders while the document's loading? Well, first I was trying to like, how can I like build this up in sequence in a way that with on a timer, basically, first put this in, then put this, because I couldn't figure out a way to perform, like optimize the performance at a lower level. So I'm just like, well, I'll just like put the bits into the windows one thing at a time. So I'm trying to do that. And you see, I'm just getting more and more frustrated. And like, this is kind of like, as I'm getting to the end, I'm going like, this has still got a massive hang at the end. So what, like, I don't know how we're back to this like launch hang, like the hang is where it's just not responsive. And it was like a second and a half sometimes on my M3 Max. Mm, but it's actually better now. Like sometimes it's not so much like making it faster, it's making it show that it's doing something without just going to the default spinner or just getting like overwhelmed and crashing or something. So this is kind of like what I've managed to do. And then, yeah, like, and it is better. And there are still these red bits, but you see where that green is at the bottom. That's just like the launch. Once it's launched, it's like on screen at that point, and then we see what happens. So anyway, this has just been pretty miserable, but like once it's running, it's okay. And there's like a couple of things that take a bit of a long time, but I think it's not too bad. And then this is sort of like all this stuff I've just changed. Like it's kind of a bit of it's a lot. If I just speed this up to like 4 times, you can sort of like see I got rid of all those environment undo managers that I mentioned. And then I'm like just trying to be more careful with how I'm starting things up, like starting the source configurations because they were being done lazily when the views appeared, and then that was like blocking things up unpredictably. Getting rid of all these undivided, and then this was some other stuff like, oh, let's just try progressively revealing the toolbar. Let's kind of like make that launch screen load progressively. So lots of stuff like that. So this is like loads of stuff has changed. Um, but the other thing I've done is added this ability to share a performance report. So if you saw just then, it now kind of like gives you the ability from the menu. I don't know if you saw that. So up there is send performance report. So if you have any issues while you're running, you can actually send that to me. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me this, which is like kind of shows me everything that's going on and like what that view hierarchy and the real time stuff. So this is my hope to sort of start to be able to diagnose some of the performance problems. I know that certain cameras are causing issues, but anyway, like it will create an email, which if you've got, I mean, I don't use Apple Mail, so I'm testing it and it doesn't work with Gmail. So that was annoying, but then it does work with Apple Mail. But if it doesn't work with Gmail and you want to use that, just drag it. Just should create the files on your desktop, and you can just drag them into an email to me and share it. So that's basically I've just been, instead of enjoying instead of enjoying this city, I've been just on my computer. But I'm hoping with this build now that I'll be able to kind of maybe have a day, maybe have an afternoon, but all of this has felt like just such a side quest and like so irrelevant to the whole thing. Anyway, that's CueCam 3.3.19. So let me know if you have any kind of crazy stuff with it. I recorded this with it just to sanity check it. So hopefully we're okay. But yeah, give me a shout, and you can get the app at CueCam.app, as you just saw. Oh, the other thing I've done, which I will just show you quickly, if I just grab this CueCam/NAB. So if we just share, what's happening? What? NAB? Oh my god, the website's gone really bad. Okay, let's just pick app. Pick CueCamPresenter.com. Somebody's all right, because this is the other thing I had to do was like sort the website out for NAB. But whoops! I just want to show you this. This is the NAB landing page that I've been doing. So if you have a look here, are we getting it? Are we getting it? We just need to come back to this. So this is what the other thing I've been. This is why it's a side quest. This is what I was supposed to be doing. So I just made this. We can see the Harry Kane video. Except, can't we? Is this like fast now? Yeah, so I've just done a landing page for this. So this is looking all right now, isn't it? And just so if anyone wants to, is that not showing up? I need to figure out. You see, like I'm never going to escape my computer because I'm permanently needing to do something. I would like to go over there, but I guess this is it. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.